Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning or good afternoon. I am happy to be here with you this morning. It is 8 in the morning, and we know when it is 8, it is our podcast. And now we just come to talk and to enjoy our 1 hour that we have. 1 hour of education, 1 hour of knowledge, and 1 hour of fun also. And we'll talk about some interesting point. And today I'm not alone. Looks like every podcast we bring some new faces for you guys just to make you in the way of enjoying yourself. Yeah, you may be outside, you may be inside your house, and then you are connected. Thank you for watching us. And then I'm gonna start introducing the people or the podcaster that are with me right now. Let me start with Mr. Frandy and Mrs. Hey, let me take this time before saying Mrs. Valerie, and we are there to welcome them. Good morning, Mr. Frandy, and good afternoon, Mrs. Valerie.
Good morning, Mr. Brigard. Good morning, everyone who are watching this live, whether you are in Haiti or Kenya, or whether you are in whenever you are, maybe in United States. Feel free to stay tuning with us. We're gonna discuss some interesting things, and then thank you for joining. And it's a great day today. And where I'm in Haiti. It's sunny, and thank you. It is your moment. Stay tuning in.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone, regarding to wherever you are. My name is Valerie Jeruto, and I am honored to be your host for today's episode, proudly brought to you by Project Trinity. We are incredibly excited to have you here to explore more about technology. You are welcome, all.
Yeah, happy to hear from you, Valerie. And as you both say, wherever you are, and we have to be connected and follow our podcast that we have. And I love the way Valerie is feeling good to say she's welcome us and to keep watching this podcast. And then we are in May 7th, and when in May, especially in AD, it announces something like in May, it wins a lot. Okay, like lots of farmers, they feel good because they have things in the ground. Okay, they have their gardens, and they are happy when it rains because we know the power of winds, and we know also the power of gardens, and we cannot talking about change without seeing the way our farmers they are care about what they are producing in their gardens. And then especially in May 1st in Haiti, we know it as a Labor Day. Okay, Labor Day. Like every Asian, they try to put something or to put a tree in a ground. Okay, and in the United States or Canada, they celebrate that day like in first Monday of September. Okay, Labor Day, and that will be sometimes like a Monday. Okay, like September 1st, especially for 2025, and in some other countries Africa, Haiti, Labor Day is celebrated on May 1st, and they call it also International Workers' Day, and we truly appreciate that day. And me, especially, I've planted at least one tree. And how do you guys celebrated the Labor Day in your country? Especially, let me first start with Mrs. Valerie.
Yes, yes. In Kenya, we also have a Labor Day, just like Haiti. It's celebrated on the 1st May of every year. So in this day, as in this day, there's always a holiday. It's a public holiday where every worker, everyone who works for the government are given a day off. This day is dedicated for recognizing and appreciating the contributions of workers to the national growth and development. It's a day marked by nationwide celebration, gatherings are done, and reflections on labor rights. Employment conditions and economic progress also are recognized. In Kenya, we have an organization called KOTU. That's a central organization of trade unions. In this organization ensures that every worker is served well, is given, has the right to do. It's not addresses it. Okay, this KOTU addresses issues affecting workers. It
Mhm.
ensures that every worker in Kenya experience as all his rights to work. So they announce key
Yeah,
policy changes
yeah.
and also promote solidarity among the workforce.
Yeah, perfect, perfect, and that I'm happy to hear that from Kenya the way we celebrated that day, and here in Haiti, Mrs. Mr. Friendly, excuse me, can say how uh, he especially celebrate that day. How many trees does he usually plant when it comes to Labor Day? I know he is good at planting, especially banana, Mr. Friendly.
Yeah, planting trees is my favorite, and I like when I have some trees and plant it mostly around my house. And that day, I always take time to visit somewhere to see uh, students like bringing trees and go to a land, plant it. They are joined maybe by the teacher, and it is really great to you should be here to see something like that. Everyone has a tree, but some when they bring the tree, some people can say, hey, this is a mango tree, please can you give it to me, I'm going to plant it in my house. So that can happen. You just take your tree, give it to someone, and so that he has it in the house. So it's very interesting. So by talking about the banana, Mr. Brigade, so let me say that out of that I'm engineer, but I have a small banana garden right in front of my house. So it's not a big garden. It's about 30 square meters. So it's not really big, but uh, I plant more than two dozen banana trees, and they are so close. I plant them so close because I don't have a big land, so I use it to plant my uh, my trees. So something that is really special to me, in every morning I go to my garden and walk through. So without holding my cell phone, just to stay connected with the nature. So it's like a therapy for me, when I'm in my garden, the nature speaks to me, and me too. I speak to the nature. Those plants are so good company. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, perfect. And we are happy to hear from each of you, like the way we celebrate the Labor Day. And now we'll get into our conversation. And we know that we have Mrs. Valerie with us, and she's known as a data analyst, and she knows a lot about data. And we'll be happy to have a great discussion with her and Mr. Frandy to know how is data work and what is data, especially because when talking about data, people might have different meaning in their heads. But Mrs. Valerie, what can you say when it comes to data? What is data basically mean for you?
Okay, thank you so much. Data, when you hear the word data, I know most people hear the word data and also they hear the word information, but now they don't know the difference between them. So data is any set of raw and processed facts. Data are those facts, are those unprocessed that they are not meaningful actually. So some raw data, they're like numbers, text, images, sounds, or symbols that represent information in a digital or physical form. It could be as simple as the temperature outside. For example, when the temperature outside is 28 degrees Celsius. So also a name of somebody, like let's say Brigad. Brigad is a data. Or the number of likes on in a post. Let's say the Facebook channel has been subscribed to by 50 people. Those are examples of data. They are just the raw facts and processed information. On its own, data doesn't carry much meaning, but once it's organized, interpreted, or analyzed, that's when it comes to be useful. Yes.
Yeah, and perfect. This is great. And then I appreciate your perspective on data, Valerie. And from my perspective, let's start simple. So, what is data? Um, a lot of people think data is it's just like uh, the followers, the likes that you have on the platforms like Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. But no, data is everything we collect, everything that we collect that helps uh, us to make informed decisions. You know, and technology is what makes it possible to collect. You know, um, and technology help us to understand that data is faster than ever. Just think of how much data uh, by using your phone. Think how much data your phone collects every day. You don't see it, but every day your phone just doing something that you don't know, but it's collecting data. So I always say that if data were food, uh, my phone will be on a permanent diet. It always full, you know, Valerie.
Yes. Data, when you collect in your phone, actually it will it will be a lot. So maybe your phone storage is too small and will not all the raw facts, all the unprocessed data that you've collected. That's where now technology comes in. Technology and the artificial intelligence plays an important role in this data world. For example, okay, before AI, before introduction of artificial intelligence came to existence, data collection was largely manual. Everything was done manual. Like surveys, it was done manual. You have to go manually to the field. Spreadsheets, you have to put all the data into spreadsheet manually, one by one. Any physical record, you have to enter them one by one. It was slow. It was also error prone. It was prone to errors because we know that even when you handle everything, a large amount of data, you have to there is some errors that may occur without you noticing, and it was also limited in scale. But now, after the introduction of artificial intelligence and technology, like let's take for example internet of things devices. This we have smart sensors, which and mobile apps, which you can go to the field, which you can collect the data online, and it can collect massive amount of data in real time. Think of smartwatches. Think of smartwatches tracking heart rates, or smart cities monitoring traffic. These devices, this Internet of Things devices collects real-time data. Also, we can think of AI-powered bots and scripts. These AI-powered bots and scripts scrape and collect data across the internet from websites. You can collect real data from websites. Also, you can collect social media and customer interaction far beyond human capacity with this technology. Like than entering, which is more important than those days before the introduction of AI, where everything you could just enter one by one, which it was very, very time consuming. Also, think of these voice and image recognition tools like Siri or Google Lens which collects and convert and structure the data. That's unstructured the data. For example, if you have any speech, photos, or video, it converts those unstructured data into usable insights. For example, instead of manually entering early records, an AI system can automatically extract information from patient notes into natural processing language. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, maybe to add on that, technology plays a very, very critical role in this world of data. It helps in data cleaning and pre-processing, making raw data usable. Because when you only have data, you've not processed them, it's still meaningless. So you have to process the data to become meaningful information. For example, this technology has eased the work of cleaning data. For example, it can detect outliers or incorrect entries instead of a data, let's say a data analyst going one by one in the data, each row by row to see which row or which column had an error. So these AI tools can actually just help you to detect any outliers. Yes.
yeah, very, very important what you said. And data is really crucial for people that is like for the developers. So when you wanna like make some apps or be or put some websites, so you have to collect some data. So when you first have the data, so it looks like it a little, you can say it like that, it's not make sense. But when you gonna take that data, you treat it and you transform it, so it will have sense. So it's really important when you use your data in good condition. So when I go somewhere, by example, and I ask somebody they name, they uh, maybe they email address, what is uh, they profession, and everything. So these things are data. When you collect them, there are so many things that you can do with them. And using Excel, you're gonna take your that data and put it in right position, change something, and um, so that you have like I can say a clean data. So there you can start building your work. So it's very important. So what is the difference that you can make between data and information, Valerie?
Yes, between data, the difference between data and information. You know, data, as we have said, Data is a raw facts. They are unprocessed facts. Now, when after you collect your data, you put in a spreadsheet, let's say an Excel spreadsheet, then you'll have to clean it using this AI, and technologies can assist you in cleaning. So after cleaning and everything is well, you analyze your data. After you analyze, you come up with patterns, with visualizations, with dashboards. Now these dashboards, these patterns that you've come up with, is now the information is now the meaningful information. It is the processed data that you've processed from the and raw facts. So the processed data is now the one called information. Information is which you can analyze. You can use information is where you can get the full details about what you want to know about that data. You can just see the trends of the of the your visuals, and also you can analyze. You can see it through the visual dashboards, and you know what you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, the data, as you said, data is raw numbers, raw words, and raw images. But information is when you take these numbers, words, and images, and then you make sense of it, right? It's like having an ingredient versus like a well-cooked meal. By example, I'm making a soup, and data is like the onion and other stuff that I can use to make that soup, right? So very important what you said, and I'm agree with you, Valerie. And AI is changing the way we learn to code too. So there are new tools that can write codes for you, right? So do you have to say about it?
Yes, Frandy, with the rise of AI technologies, it has come up with a lot of technologies to write codes, and to it makes the work easier. Like now, for example, let's see example of coders or programmers. These programmers, like, let's take an example. Let's be specific to web developers. The web developers, they have to they have to write codes each line by each line, like in the past, actually, before the introduction of AI. But now, with this technology, it has brought even the coding tools. We have the coding platforms, like we have like copilots. It helps you to you just prompt what you wanted, and then it will bring you all the codes. Then you will paste the codes to your code editor that you are using, and then your work is just to see, is this web page the way you wanted. Then if it's not the way you wanted, then you prompt again, and and your work will just be correcting it. Yes.
Yeah. So we know that AI can write code for you, but if I am a programmer, can I be scared? So because AI may replace me as a programmer, can I be scared for that? I don't know. What's your perspective?
Not really. You cannot. Don't be scared. Don't be scared about AI. AI is here. If you are new into the coding world, or into the programming world, and then you're scared, you are saying, "What if? Is there any essence that for me to learn coding, or for me to be a programmer, and AI is here?" No, AI is just here to help your work easier. Like those work in this coding that maybe you could do for, if you are creating something that in the past you could do for, let's say, 1 year. AI is here. It will help you to code more easy, and it will reduce that time that you could use staying on the screens, and you'll be able to do other tasks. So AI will not replace you. AI only makes your work easier. Yes.
Okay, okay,
Don't
perfect.
be scared.
Okay, thank you, Valerie. And I'm not afraid anymore. So if I can understand well what you say, it just makes us more efficient, right? And then it's like having a smart assistant who never sleeps. So, but sometimes the codes that AI provide, they may be like some weight code. So, what do you use them? How do you use that code when you have a weight code from the AI? So there are some codes that you don't agree with, and you have to change. I don't know. How do you deal with that?
Yes, when you find some codes that you don't agree with, then you edit it as a programmer, or maybe if you are not sure if you need that code, or you have to, you can just take that small part of that code, then you take to that AI assistant that you're using, then it will, or you ask the what that code means, then it will direct you, and it will explain you one by one. As you know that in this AI, it has, you write just a small code snippet, and then it will just and then the AI there is very nice. It will suggest you for corrections, or it will automate any repetitive tasks. For example, if you don't understand that code very well, so it will just explain to you one by one. It has an instant feedback, it has a personalized feedback. It's not like in the past where you could read a book one by one, you don't know which page is it more meaningful to me right now, but yeah, it provide an instant feedback to you, so it is more helpful.
Yeah. Okay. So while talking about AI, while talking about data and information, so we can also, like for the people that at church. So, by example, if I'm at church, so I see AI is like going everywhere. They are in every I don't know, every domain. So uh, how you think AI can affect people's faith? You know, if I'm at church, I don't know if the AI can affect my faith. So do you? I don't know your perspective.
Okay, yes, friend, I have a perspective about how AI changes people's faith, the impact of AI on people's faith. I know one of the questions that people always ask themselves is, the big question is, are we playing God? For those who are believers, they ask themselves, are we playing God? Because they know that, yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
because now, if AI can now write, it can create things, it can make decisions, and even imitate human emotions. Are we playing God? Those are one of the big questions that people are asking. But but the valid question is, after all, for centuries, human believed intelligence, creativity, and morally defined gifts. So this intelligence, creativity were morally defined gifts. They believed that they were given by God, but now AI has taken it all. And suddenly machines are doing things we once thought only the human beings could do, or the human soul could do. For some, this challenges their understanding of creation. For others, it deepens a sense of awe, realizing that we are co-creators using the mind God gave us to build things that help the world. So really, it it depends. Does technology threaten your faith, or does it magnify it?
yeah. Perfect. And there are some other questions that we can ask to ourselves. So, do we think AI can understand or replicate spiritual experiences? That's some question that is people have in their mind. I know Mr. Brigade is in the air listening to me. And honestly, no. There are things beyond logic and algorithms. You can't put prayer into Excel and expect you're gonna have a miracle. It's not like this.
Yes.
Yeah, uh, uh, I'm there listening to this great conversation, especially when it comes to our faith. Because me, I'm a believer of God. I'm a real follower of God. And when talking about AI and how it affects our faith, I sometimes see that in a positive way, and sometimes it can happen in negative way also. Like there are some even some movie that we are looking for. It is like a reinforcement of some information that has been written in the Bible long, I can say long time ago, bien, way back when. And now, when we see some people that play some roles, and we see how Jesus was suffering, and we say, hey, we need to be more faithful. This emphasizes our faith by the way we, especially for people who don't know what AI means, what AI can do, how AI can generate some amazing things that we can even imagine and then put it into real life. And hey, they can say, if this is like that, if this movie shows how the hell will be, how it will be like terrible, I have to be careful with my life to not sin anymore, or to not do this sin that I used to do. And now I can say AI is playing a great role. It is like helping people to be more faithful in God. Okay, by the way, it shows us how it will be when God is coming by Jesus Christ. And then sometimes also some people who may know what AI can do, and they don't really believe that AI can like change or modify something, and they are careless. But in that case, I can say AI is good, as many commenters they are saying that it is like a best tool for learners, and a best tool for programmers also, because they know the impact and they use it for good stuff. Okay, for good stuff. But what one of the things is like, isn't there any difference when talking about like some information due in the data? Some people might confound information, or be confused when it comes to information and data. Isn't there any difference between them, Mrs. Valerie?
Yes. There is a big difference between information and data. Data is unprocessed facts. They are raw facts. They are not meaningful. For example, let's take you have 1,000, or let's take you have 20,000 columns, and you have 20,000 rows, and maybe 500 columns in an Excel spreadsheet. Without cleaning data, without coming up with visualization, all those data, all those spreadsheet it's just meaningless. It does not bring any meaning. But now, when you analyze, when you clean, when you analyze it, you draw visualization, you come up with dashboards, with graphics, then that's now is that brings to information. You can see a, let's say you can see a bar graph, and you see, you can relate your data, and it will give you an information. So information is a meaningful data, or it's a processed data. But data is raw and processed facts. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And as I said, it's information. It's when you make sense of the details that you had. So when you have only data, it's not all, because you have to clean it, to organize it, and to put it in the right position. It's really important. Um, so one of the things, by talking about AI in and faith, one of the things that I wanted to say, AI can help connect communities and make the Bible accessible online. You know, so and it can even support virtual fellowship. So while we in church, imagine that in AI, uh, like attending church and identifying who is sleeping during the pastor is preaching, and send like a notification to the people and say, hey, please wake up, the pastor is just saying something important. Imagine something like that. So I don't think AI can affect our faith. Very interesting, Valerie. So I have an interesting question for you, Valerie. So uh, what's the name of what's the name of your Wi-Fi in your house as a Christian? For me, Jesus is my signal because it never drops. I don't know. Tell me what is the name of your own Wi-Fi at home?
Magnus at 28.
Yeah, that's funny. So, do you like fruits, Valerie?
Yes, I love them.
Okay. So, if you if you were a fruit, what fruit would you be?
I will be an apple.
I know. I know girls like apple. They don't like apple. They love apple. I know girls love apple. But me, I like mango and sweet mango. I like mango. Very uh, tasty. Um, yeah, Mr. Brigade, you tell us what is your favorite.
Yeah, when talking about favorite food, and me, I have a special. It is sour soup. I like it so much, sour soup, and the we are trying to not running late, okay, to not go over the time that we have, Mr. Friendly, now, and we'll need to put things in our mother's tongue, okay, to explain our listeners, especially those who are Asian, that don't really know how to get words that we're saying. Sometimes we are talking like fluently, and some people they don't get us, and we'll try to make it into Creole for them, and then Mrs. Valerie will do it after also for those who are listening in Kenyan that know how to speak Kiswahili, but they don't really uh, know how to speak English, and then let me do it right now at this time. Donc, le sujet nous pour aujourd'hui, c'était et comment nous capables d'utiliser données parce que nous gagnons un spécialiste dans la question données. Nous avons regardé qui ça a donné hier, donc, et qui ça nous même nous qu'a dit de données et informations. Nous données c'est tout ça que nous justement recueilli, nous aller chercher tout ça pour nous capables et traiter yo tout ça, les filles traiter yo, n'a traiter yo, n'a bien nos besoins, n'a bien nos pas besoin tout. OK? Donc c'est cleansing data, donc n'a font un nettoyage dans données yo. Et puis nous quand ça nous besoin, nous quand ça n'a pas besoin et que données ça va venir utile. OK? Données ça va venir utile sous différents points. OK? Sous différents points, on dit dans la communauté, il y a besoin qu'on ait quantité de monde qui malade, quantité de monde qui a travail, quantité de monde qui pas travail, OK? Donc yon enquête qui pou fèt pou jwen données sa yo, maintenant après quête de données sa yo même yo pral travail sur yo pour yo mette yo clean et puis yo transformer yo en données utiles. Donc et nous avons comment et AI tout qui c'est intelligence artificielle. Franzi m'a pas capable de explication tout en créole l'on intelligence artificielle ça veut dire exactement Franzi friendly.
Yeah. Ouais, l'on parle de intelligence artificielle et quand il bagay que ou doit gagner en tête tout, c'est bagay que c'est pas réflexion humaine, c'est ça aujourd'hui c'est bagay qui fait par la machine. Par exemple, qui ça qui capable de faire robot a li reconnaître ça c'est visage humain. Il y a plusieurs astuces. Par exemple, il a entraîné machine là et yo utilisé des milliers et des milliers de visages humains et puis yo mettez dans la catégorie humain et assurément l'on paraît devant robot ça et dans des milliers d'images humaines qui gagnent robot a gagné en tête a dit elle vient vient devant la et analyser visage ou apparaître quand même dans un style par exemple mon n'a apparaître visage li soit en face au bois ka bay li sous côté ka bay li en haut en bas ça parle de pas de sens là yo fourni machine dans tout détail ça yo en façon pour capable identifier que ça c'est humain de même pour yon bête par exemple yon chat et yo fourni des milliers tout autant machine capable prendre il a fourni des images les chats là bay dos les bay face les sous côté vous comprenez ça vient fait que intelligence artificielle là il vient entraîner une façon pour venir plus efficace.
Yeah, c'est clear. Like someone may have his own garden and controlling his garden remotely. Okay, like someone may have a place that he has so many cows, and while he's not there in the place, and he can control it by AI. And we know AI as artificial intelligence. Nous connaissons AI, c'est intelligence artificielle, c'est même intelligence moun gen et que utiliser pour mettre dans un appareil électronique. Donc appareil électronique là, l'a capable évaluer au fil du temps que la prend instruction sous yon autre pour y vinn tourner un monde. Donc il y a pas l'information, l'a capable détecter information, détecter visage et puis il commencer à l'aise là dans n'importe visage qui part devant, la reconnaître qui ça lié. OK? Donc ça c'est on the power of AI and the way AI is transformative also. And especially in Haiti, nous pouvons entrer vraiment deep dans ça en Haïti, mais au fil du temps, on a évolué, on a vu tomber dans ce stade ça pour nous connaître qui genre et système ça lui-même lui marché et justement l'aider et you know worries ou bien inquiétude que Frandy te gain c'est que les pensées pour dire est-ce qu'on joue AI pas fait nous perdre job nous et grand pile document qui parlait de ça tout like one day we could be like unemployed by the way we see lots of CEO they keep hiring some like robots to keep the work done and the work are being done properly when using like robots and travail yo fait on dit avec moins et pression les à utiliser un robot parce que le fait travail là sans on dit sans demande est-ce que le robot va vraiment de l'argent ça a été en question Franzi donc par contre donc ça justement c'est power ou bien puissance que AI gagne et n'a pas imaginé like in 10 years from now how can AI be transformative or how will it be in 10 years from now even Mrs. Valerie can answer that question too like in 10 years from now what do you think about the way AI is progressing will be helpful for us in 10 years from now, Mrs. Valerie?
Okay, in 10 years from now, I think the world will be more digitalized. We'll be living in a digital world. Everything will be digitalized. Like now, the work for human beings to do, it will be most of the work will be done by this AI, maybe robots. So human beings their work will be to do other roles and then leave the work for when they see the work that AI can help them to do. So AI can do other works, and then maybe your work as a human being, it will just to design or to be creative, because AI cannot work without the human knowledge. You have to, it's from your knowledge, so that you train AI to do for you your task, then your work will just it will make the work easier. Okay. Actually, the world will be more connected like never before. The world will just be like a village, a small village. Like for now, you can see, even for now, the impact of AI in the world today. Like now, for example, I am in Kenya and you are in Haiti, but now we can converse one by one, like we are together. Yeah, we can do the work. You can do work with someone who is very very far away. Like you are together using these AI tools like Copilot. Yes, GitLab Copilot. You can just do something using these AI tools. At the world will be more connected. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then AI is only now accessible when you go in. I can say, by example, when you go in a restaurant in United States, maybe in France, in uh, maybe in Canada, you may sit in your chair and you see a robot come to serve you. So in the coming years, it will not only be something like that. So I think everyone will have access to a robot in their house to maybe cook for them, to serve and to do everything in the house. So I've just a little question um, to you guys. So if you had a personal robot at home, what job would you give it?
Yes, for me, actually, I can give it to cook for me ugali and to wash dishes for me, because I think that's the most of the hardest job to do at home.
Yeah, I had make the robot manage my spending, so my little money doesn't run out fast. That's that's what I will do, me.
Yeah, by my side, I can say I will leave the robot to do the household chores. Okay, like when I'm out, and the robot is cleaning all the house and keep it clean and neat. That that would be great. And that's a fun question, Mr. Friendly, and thank you for bringing that question up. And Mrs. Valerie, now you'll make it clear for the listeners in your blog. The you may translate for them or give them what we were talking about in Kiswahili. You have 2 or 3 minutes to do that.
Yes, kwa Wakenya wenzangu, nasema ni asante, nashukuru sana kwa kuwa umeweza kutufuatilia. Kama umeweza kutufuatilia toka tuanze huu mkutano, tumeweza kueleza zaidi kuhusu akili pandia. Akili pandia ni AI kwa lugha ya Kiingereza. So maelezo zaidi kuhusu akili pandia kwa data na imani ya kidini. Akili pandia ni teknolojia inayowezesha mashine au programu za kompyuta kufikiria, kujifunza na kufanya maamuzi kama binadamu. Ili ifanye kazi vizuri, akili pandia hutegemea data, yaani taarifa. Data ni taarifa au takwimu zilizokusanywa kutoka kwa vyanzo mbalimbali. Kupitia data hiyo, AI huweza kutambua mifumo, huweza kutabiri matukio na kutoa suluhisho kwa changamoto mbalimbali. Katika uhusiano wa AI ama akili pandia na data ama takwimu, AI hutumia data nyingi. AI hutumia takwimu mingi kujifunza. kama vile picha, inaweza chukua picha, sauti, maandishi au tabia za watu. Kwa mfano, AI inaweza kutambua picha ya mtu kwa kutumia maelfu ya picha zilizojifunza hapo awali. Pia inaweza kutabiri hali ya hewa, mienendo ya soko au hata kupendekeza maneno unapochapa ujumbe. Naye tumeweza kusoma kuhusu maelezo zaidi kuhusu akili bandia kwa kidini. Najua wengi wetu wenye ni Wakristo, Waislamu, tumeweza kusoma venye AI inaweza tusaidia ama inaweza kuathiri imani yetu kama watu wa dini. Ingawa AI ni chombo cha kiteknolojia, sasa inatumiwa pia kusaidia katika maeneo ya imani na dini, si kama mbadala wa imani, hapana, bali kama msaada wa binadamu. Mifano ya matumizi ya AI ama akili bandia katika imani ni kama ifuatayo. Ya kwanza, kujifunza maandiko matakatifu. AI inaweza kusaidia watu kusoma na kuelewa Biblia ama Quran au maandiko mengine na kutafsiri lugha kwa ufafanuzi. Pia AI ama akili bandia inasaidia mijadiliano ya kiroho. Kuna programu zinazotumia AI kujibu maswali ya kiroho. Kuna Biblia ambayo unaweza kuweka kwa simu yako, ambayo unaweza kuuliza swali, alafu swali ya kiroho, halafu inakujibu. So inasaidia pia kutoa faraja na kueleza mtu kueleza mtu zaidi kuhusu mafundisho ya kidini. Pia inasaidia ibada mtandaoni. Kama sasa unaona watu wengi wanatumia YouTube na social media zingine mingi kuhubiri zaidi ama kueneza Injili. So makanisa au msikitini hutumia AI kupanga mahubiri, si kama kitambo ambayo ulikuwa unaandika moja kwa moja kwa kitabu chako. Hapana, saizi unaweza tumia AI, unaambia tu AI ikufanyie kitu, alafu inakupangia masomo, alafu wahubiri wanaenda kuhubiri. Pia kutuma ujumbe kwa waumini au kusaidia maombi kwa njia ya kidijitali. So ni muhimu kuelewa kuwa AI husaidia zaidi katika kidini na pia katika data. Ni chombo tu kilichotengenezwa na binadamu. Maamuzi ya kirohoni na kiimani yanapaswa kufanya kwa mwongozo wa maandiko matakatifu. Asanteni.
Yeah. So, thanks, Valerie. I think now every Kenyan are listening and they are on language. My mind was really far a while ago because I was thinking about my banana garden. I was thinking, yeah, if my banana trees could talk, I think they would say, "Hey, friendy, you again." So, didn't you just visit an hour ago? So, welcome. So, Valerie, do you have a special garden as I do? You should have that feeling.
Yes, for me, I have a sugarcane garden. I love sugarcane. So just a small farm where I plant my sugarcane. Yes, I always visit. When you do something actually you cannot do something that you don't love. So I love visiting my sugarcane
Okay.
garden oftenly.
Yeah, yeah. The sugar again is really tasty, and I like it. But in Haiti, we have it, and the people they use it to make like sugar, use the sugar to make coffee. And so how do you eat it while you're in the garden? It's something I always want to try, but I can't. So they just hold it like this and eat the sugar again. So how do you proxy?
Okay, my sugarcane, since it is just a small farm, it's for home use. So you just cut it, and then you use your teeth to peel the outer layer. Then you eat the inner part. You cannot use a knife. Sometimes sugar cane is very important for your teeth. It will strengthen your teeth. It will make your teeth stronger. So it's health. It's very healthy to your teeth.
Yeah, so friends and families, if you're watching this live, feel free to like, comment, and share to everybody, to all your friends. And I hope you learned something, laugh, and look at a moment to reflect. But even if none of that happened, at least you had a beautiful voice. So you learn about my banana garden, you learn about AI and faith. It's very interesting today.
Yeah, perfect. And what if we give a big shout out to those that are commenting, especially Julie Thompson, Tracy Scary Cup, and our team in Haiti, which is called Workstars, and our team also Kenya, which is called Top Stars, and they are well connected. They're moving the live, and they keep sharing the lives. And those that are watching us and share, I love the way you all guys are interested with this podcast that we have, and we are always happy to be with you. And before leaving, before wrapping up, I don't know if. Like Mrs. Valerie doesn't have someone to give a shout out before we wrap up. Mrs. Valerie.
Yes, mine is to appreciate everyone for today's who has been following us for today's powerful journey through data, programming, and faith in the age of AI. It's been an honor to explore how technology is reshaping the world today. In this conversation, if this conversation sparked something in you, a new idea, a deeper question, or even just a curiosity, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Project Trinity on Facebook and YouTube. That's where you'll find an inspiring content, real life stories, and tech updates and the upcoming episodes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for being with us, everybody. And hey, if you have a small garden, send us the picture. We might just start a global banana club. Thank you.
Yeah, guys, you were the thank you for being there, and we are happy to have this conversation, and we hope to see you next week for a better or the best conversation, and we'll bring you new faces. Like every podcast, you'll find a new topic, new interesting subject, and new people with the same vibe. And then I wish you have a good day and goodbye, everyone.